Hi VC, it's Aaron, Methylamere. Today I'm entering a contest for my great friend Chris Propfe. Now Chris has one of the best channels in the vinyl community. It's Chris Propfe, Musically Obsessed. I'll leave a link below. And he's got a contest going because he has just past 900 videos posted. So that's just truly amazing. It just shows all the hard work he puts in. And he's got one of the most eclectic tastes, if not the most eclectic taste in the vinyl community. He likes everything from, death metal to Rod McEwen and everything in between. As I show by what's behind me a lot of the stuff he kind of has sent me and just how all over the place it is. And he's one of my best friends in the vinyl community. And he actually came and visited me like 2 years ago, him and Jeff Witcher, and that was a great time. We hung out for a week, got to know him really well. And if it wasn't for Chris, I probably wouldn't be in the vinyl community. He was the inspiration for me getting into the vinyl community and making videos. I started watching his videos, and he showed bands I really liked, and he's all over the place, eclectic like I like. And I started talking to him, texting him or, leaving comments back and forth. And then eventually my first video was a contest video for Chris. And I think it was a 314. He was at 314 subs at that point. Now he's like 2,200 and growing. He's got one of the best channels in the vinyl community. And everything revolves around the numbers 9 and 0. So first up, you got to show your 9th record in your collection. And I split my collection into 2 pieces. So what I got, see this behind me, they're alphabetical, and I go alphabetical by artist and by last name of the artist if it isn't a band. That's just how I've always done it, and it really freaks me out when people do it the other way, but everyone has their own way. So it starts up here with the A's, goes across 2 sections, and keeps going down, and that's all my hard rock and heavy metal is all of this there. And then over here, starting here, I do the same thing, starting A, and it just goes down. And then I've got records over to the side under my record player and then around the room. And that's anything that's not hard rock and heavy metal. And then I have a couple little sections I won't really count, like jazz and blues and modern music that I keep kind of separate. But I'll just do my 2 main sections. And so for my first section of my hard rock and metal, my 9th record in, now I go alphabetically and then chronologically for how they were released. So my 9th record is Accept, self-titled Accept. It's also called I'm a Rebel. Awesome album, and I have both versions of it. I guess I could have pulled either version out, this one or the other cover, but this is the one that was actually number 9 in there. So there we go, Accept. And then starting on my other section, which is mainly classic rock, anything that isn't hard rock and metal, I consider, it's basically this is my metal section. Hard rock I put into the other. Hard rock I consider Loverboy, Foreigner, Billy Squier, Joan Jett. That's all hard rock to me and all that. And then mellower stuff, classic rock, all that stuff is my other section. My 9th record into that is Waking Up the Neighbors by Bryan Adams. Now, I use the A on the Adams alphabetically. I've always done it that way. And it kind of drives me nuts on Discogs when this will put this under B. And there's a couple people in the vinyl community that do that. But my way has always been by last name, if it's an artist's name, or just the name of the band, whatever. So, like Alice Cooper, I always put under C. Even though it was an Alice Cooper band, he goes by Alice Cooper. That one's kind of a weird one, though. You can put that under A. But Bryan Adams, there we go. So next up, a song that's around 9 minutes long. Now I picked 2 out here. One of them is a little bit over 9, one's a little under 9. I took one from each section. So first up, I've got, this is Watchtower, Concepts of Math, Book 1. Great band. And the song here is Mathematica Calculus. It's 9 minutes and 34 seconds. There we go, the last song there. And this is, I call it math rock. But the interesting thing about Watchtower is, they've been around since the 80s. And this is a new album by them, just like about 5 years old. But back in the 80s, Jason McMaster was the original lead singer who then left Watchtower and then went on to form the band Dangerous Toys, which is one of my favorite bands. So I've always, been after Watchtower stuff ever since then. This doesn't have him, totally new band, but it's awesome. Progressive math rock, killer stuff, killer metal there. Love it. And then I'm going to go for my other section again, and I'm going to pull this one. This is the Tainted Love, Where Did Our Love Go single from Soft Cell. And it clocks in at 8 minutes and 57 seconds. So, if you count the little bit of Dead Space is probably exactly 9 minutes. And there's also Tainted Dub on here, which is 9:25. So it's kind of a double whammy. And I really love this version of Tainted Love, and it's the long extended version with that other song mixed in. Pretty cool. So there we go. Now for Zero, I'm going to pick an album with Zero and a record with Zero in the title. So for my album with Zero, and this one was given to me by my great friend Gary from Physical Format Rock and Roll. This is the Zero demos from Van Halen. And this is the demos before the first album that Gene Simmons produced. Amazing stuff. It's got On Fire, Woman in Love, House of Pain, Running with the Devils, She's the Woman, Let's Get Rockin', Big Trouble, Somebody Get Me a Doctor, Babe, Don't Leave Me Alone, Put Out the Lights. So there's some really interesting stuff on here. And there's things, you know, they had these songs written way back before the first album. Stuff like, you know, She's the Woman, which was on the last album with David Lee Roth. But that's kind of amazing. House of Pain, or House in Pain. That's actually a different one. That isn't House of Pain. Big Trouble, another one that appeared on A Different Kind of Truth. They have two of them from there on there. Somebody Get Me a Doctor, of course, which is on Van Halen 2. Pretty cool stuff here. Really cool. And I actually found another copy of this recently, which I might be sending to someone as a VCLT. So that's an awesome one. I love that. And thank you so much, Gary. And up next here is a band from Greece. And my family has roots in Greece. My family originally came from the Sparta area of Greece, and that's where my last name, that long last name. Not Alamir is not my last name. But so this is a Greek death metal, like a melodic death metal band, which kind of like has some groove metal, death metal. This is Scar of the Sun with Inertia, is the album. Pretty cool stuff. It's modern. It's a little, you know, it's not my favorite, but I like it. And it's cool to have a album from a band from Greece, which is really cool to me, with my Greek heritage. And there you go, there's the album. But it's got actually 3 songs with Zero, and it's kind of a 3-part, like they could be progressive. So it's Quantum Leap 01, Quantum Leap 02, and Quantum Leap 03. All songs on here. Let's see if you can see that. Really cool stuff. It's kind of progressive, death metal, a little more melodic singing than most death metal, so a lot of people would be able to get into it. Little new metal sounding at times, which I don't care for, but other than that, I really like it. It's an interesting listen, really like it. So there you go, Chris. Everyone should jump on this contest. Chris, one of the greatest guys I've ever met. Love him to death. And I will see everyone next time. Have a good day.